What's up, guys? Stephen Wolf here, and I'm here today with the green box from AMM Amplification. Basically, this pedal came about. I reached out to Ant basically over my love for klon style pedals for metal, and but kind of wanted to bridge that gap with a slightly different circuit. So basically, what we ended up with is just the cleanest of clean overdrives. In the center, there's even a diode lift switch, so you can just have just an open op amp circuit based around tube screamer circuit still. In the up position, you would get a germanium diode placed in the same spot in the circuit that a klon chip would go in, but on a screamer board. And it's got a few other things. You've got a switch over here on the side for basically a bright shift. The tone knob on this isn't like your normal tone knob would be on a tube screamer. It actually controls the high frequency, similar to what a klon would do instead of the mid frequency like a screamer would do. The gain on this thing is intense. There's twice as much as a normal pedal would have. There's twice as much boost as a normal pedal would have. You can actually boost your amp cleanly to the point with this pedal to where even with passive pickups, you don't actually get, you can actually eliminate the entirety of your headroom without mudding your amp up. And I've never had a pedal before that could do that. You can push an amp so hard with this that the style of clipping that you get and the lack of headroom you get, you'd think you were playing like an EMG pickup, even with like a passive Seymour Duncan. Very interesting. You can actually dial that back. There's plenty of room to keep you in metal territory with that prior to maxing out your headroom. And if you want more saturation, or more clipping, you can also stack this with another boost and get that, kind of get you a little heavier sound or more saturation for solos than what you're going to get with a clean boost. Although that said, there's more gain and more push on this, volume boost on this than you'd ever need. Super awesome pedal. It's not going to be a production run pedal. So if this is something you want, you're going to have to reach out to Ant yourself and tell him that's what you want. But this is, I've shot it out with everything I have, overdrive wise. I've shot it out with my custom Cyclone overdrive, which is a klon circuit from Noise Pollution Pedals. I shot it out against another screamer style pedal, which is the Dire Wolf. I shot it out against another AMM pedal, which is the Killbox. Shot it out against a TC integrated preamp style, like a Fort Grind or the 33 pedal kind of thing. I shot it out against the Noise Pollution Teeth Gnasher. This is the most open sounding out of all of them. They all have a different thing that they do. Some have more clipping, and it's actually really obvious to tell when you click this one on how much more open it is than the other ones. If you're a tone snob like me and you want your guitar to sound like your guitar but have the saturation and push to pull off pitch harmonics and clean up an amplifier that might be a little bit muddy, this is your best bet. And then you could take this design in a million different directions. You could leave it with the silicone chip in there and just go with this circuitry and the mods that Ant-Man did to it and get like a tube screamer without that that squelchy mid-range and that squishy thing that the tube screamers do. Kind of makes that's what a lot of people like about them. That's what I dislike about them. You could absolutely do that with this and get a much cleaner version of a tube screamer, or you can throw a germanium diode in there like mine is and get a fatter, more warm tone but still focused and tight, which everybody seems to be very fixated on these days. Anyway, I got a sound sample for this that I whipped up, and we'll throw that on next and see what you guys think.